Hello and welcome to Arabian Business TV. I'm here at the Armani Hotel in Dubai for the Arabian Business Economic Forum. And what a great list of speakers we've got for you today. Emaar's chairman, Mohammed Alabbar, will be giving today's keynote speech. It's been a tough few years for the real estate developer. Mr. Alabbar will be looking at the best ways for companies to tackle the challenges that lie ahead, as well as a wider look at the GCC economy. His speech will then be followed by a Q&A session with the BBC television presenter and ITP chairman, Andrew Neil. Other guest speakers include the Middle East King of Retail, Mohammed Alabbar, the former DFSA chairman and one of the region's most prominent lawyers, Dr. Habib Al Mulla, and His Highness Sheikh Al Maktoum of the Al Group. So let's find out what they've got to say.
Emirates has had a great first half of the year. You said yourself that you've got some healthy profit to be able to expand the group. Where can we see that expansion happening in the next coming months?
I mean, for Emirates, being a global airline, you will see us introducing flights more to America, South America, China, India, Australia, all over the globe. So I think we will see more of that next year.
Does that mean we're going to see you buying more aircraft, do you think?
I think we have already bought so many aircraft. We have nearly 270 aircraft in the pipeline to come to Emirates over the next 7 years.
I think the recent bonds that government of Dubai have launched, that my own company have launched, we are at least 6 times oversubscribed. I think that tells you something about what the world think about this region. You know, how is the property market doing? So on the other front, the earlier point, I think we are optimistic that we are starting a very interesting cycle of growth. Now, it might not be as good as the good old days, but I think gradually we're moving in that direction. I must say that in my own business, you know, I went through a harsh lesson as well. I'm a public company. The discipline of public companies have really saved our organization, to be very honest. I think we are still learning much more. I think our management style have changed. That's what I've learned, is that we are hands-on, absolutely hands-on. We do not let go of where we are operating.
Here with Mohammed Alabbar of the Al Group. Last time you spoke to Arabian Business, you just ploughed more than $40 million into Murdoch City Centre at a time when the retail sector was quite low in Dubai. Do you regret making that decision, or was that the correct one for you at the time?
The correct one. It's doing well and started slow, but it is moving ahead very well.
So the retail sector has picked up?
Yes, a little bit, but it's not what we see other markets in the Gulf. Still, we have a large capacity we have to fill, and we had in 2008 and 07 record traffic into the malls. Now we have less, but it is recovering.
Is it sustainable where it is at the moment? Because what we had before was very abnormal growth, particularly in the retail sector.
I think it is going to be logical, it is sustainable. We still have plans to open more stores in Dubai. We believe in Dubai, the infrastructure, the future, the different components of the Dubai model are kicking, and will be great. I think great in 5 to 7 years' time, but in general better signs than before.
we need to upgrade our legal system so that investors have faith in doing business in the region. Contracts must be enforced, and enforcement must be prompt and efficient. Transparency must be the address of the future. From a legal perspective, we simply cannot continue detaining businessmen at airport points for civil debts. I say it loud and clear. Outdated laws have to be outlawed.
There have been some interesting topics of discussion this morning. Who, in your opinion, said the most interesting thing, and do you agree with them?
I think the most interesting thing was that some people claimed that Dubai has not taken the opportunity to go and take its success outside to other parts of the region, which I think is surprising when we had a speaker in the morning from Emaar who have done exactly that. And I think that kind of proves that there's little negativism around when we really don't need to be ashamed of anything. That's really what's most interesting.
Do you think there's an optimistic mood this morning about the economy?
Yes, I would definitely say that. I think we're all agreeing that there is a move upwards, a move forward, and that, the worst is behind us.
You've talked about legislative knots in the UAE as affecting the UAE's competitiveness on the international business stage. What steps do you think need to be taken in order to improve the country's competitiveness?
Well, I believe many things can be changed. One of the main areas that the UAE is still, in fact, lagging back is its legislative framework. There are a lot of areas that needs improvement in order to attract the FDIs, and in order to attract regional investors, and in order to attract serious businesses, starting from the commercial laws, starting from the criminal laws, procedures, enforcement of contracts, enforcement of judgments. I think there is a lot of work that needs to be done in order to improve the legislative framework of the UAE.
What's top of your list that needs to change?
If we pick one area that needs improvement, I would say commercial laws, companies laws, commercial laws, bankruptcy laws. These are the top priorities.
You talked about DFSA and referred to it as an international food court rather than the business hub that it was supposed to be. What do you think went wrong there?
Well, I didn't say that. What I said is that it went to be more of a real estate rather than a regional hub. I think DFSA lost direction at one point. And instead of focusing on attracting international businesses, investment companies, the core of its business, it looked for more quick solutions, things that would generate immediate income. And of course, real estate was a very attractive thing to do.
How do you think that can be rectified going forward?
Going back to the core message and the core business of the DFSA, to be a true financial center.
We've had some very interesting points that have been raised by some of the speakers this morning. What, in your opinion, do you think is the most interesting, and do you agree with it or not?
I think Dr. Al Mulla's comments surrounding the challenges that face Dubai and the role that the legal system and laws and need to bring company laws and insolvency laws in line with the rest of the world was probably, in my opinion, the most decisive comments that anybody made this morning. And yeah, I agree with that. I think it's vitally important for the UAE, if the economy wants to move forward, to understand that you're part of the larger community, and if you don't play on the same rules as the larger community, you may be left out.
Mr. Bin Hindi from Bin Hindi Enterprises, we've heard a number of prominent speakers talk today about the challenges that the UAE faces post-economic crisis. What, in your opinion, do you think is the biggest challenge within your sector, retail?
I think the economy was hurt because of the world crisis, financial crisis, and to be very honest, we are very real estate backed families, that we have our main income from real estate. Retail is something that went through a hard time in the beginning of the crisis, and now it's really turning back to close to normal, and sometimes it does better than expected.
You yourself had a huge amount of investment in Deira City Centre. I know that you shut down Bin Hindi Avenue. What other things have you had to change as a result of the economic crisis?
Well, it's only wise to look at your complete infrastructure and your whole business model and try to cut down the businesses that didn't make any sense or were not making money. But the reason we closed Bihindi Avenue was city center was at the end. In comes Mall of the Emirates. The bridges were, very congested, so people started going to Mall of the Emirates, and city center lost its glamour, and the footfall was not meant for our shoppers or our brands, so we had to close it. It was a natural thing that we had to do.
I hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the Arabian Business Conference. Thank you to all of our sponsors behind us, our speakers, delegates, and thank you for watching Arabian Business TV.